What up, folks? It's your boy Bentley. It's time to change that alternator today. So let's get to it.
To make things a little bit easier, I already loosened the parts that I needed loosened for the ports, the electrical outlets. Where'd it go? Right here. So what you do is, these are pinch. You pinch them on the side, pinch like so, and it's able to tug off. You pinch right there where that bendable plastic is. So you just pinch and plug it out like that. And right here, this one just keeps the cord attached to the alternator, so it's just not dangling all over the place. So with this one, it's kind of like it was a little frustrating because you had to, tug this out. But from under, if you could see the hollow part right here, I had to use my finger to move the ridge to the side so that I could pull it out. So I mean, how it hooks on the edges like that. I had to have my finger from under push that ridge in so I can then tug it out. So that's those two. The third one's right here. Just pinch right there on the top, pull it out. The last one's way down here. I did the same with that one. I just pinched and pull it out, like so. So make sure you put them back when you get the alternator in. Now we're gonna have to get these bolts loosened up. There's a certain order you want to do this. You want to save this one for last because that's going to loosen the belt, but we need everything else loosened and then loosen that bit. So I'm gonna get to it. The other important thing I need to note out is we need to loosen this bolt as well, which is keeping the battery terminal attached to the alternator. So go ahead and loosen that bolt off. So get this one out the way, like so. Now we can remove this. That's out the way. We'll just leave it there as is. And now I'm trying to work my way on the bolt that's way down here. That bolt needs to come off right there, the black one. We need this one right there. So that comes off. That will loosen the alternator, and what I want to do is loosen this bolt and then follow up to this one. That will release the tension of the belt so I can move the belt out, off the alternator, get the new alternator in, and then slip the belt right back on it.
Unfortunately, the tool that I was using, this one was way too small. In order to fit all these in it, the holder was too small. So I had to go up here to Napa, and get a bigger one. So this is the one I need.
Okay, so now that I've got the tool that I need, this is the size that you'll need, the 14 millimeter. That goes down here to fix and remove that black bolt right there. This is honestly the best angle I can get, so it's just literally right under the belt. You'll see the black bolt that I was just pointing at, and you loosen that up and get it out. And if you can see right there, the bolt is already loosened to the point where I can just go ahead and twist it out. Yeah, it's a real tight squeeze working up in here. Ugh. It's a very long screw, I see. So that's out. Now, what comes next will be this bolt here, followed by this one, and getting these off. That's what it's attaching the whole lever to the engine. So this bolt, that bolt, and these here. And what I'm gonna need for that is the 13. That will take care of it. Alright, so I'm working on the side one here. That's where this bolt is going, right there, all the way through. Alright, so after loosening this bolt and this bolt, this is how it comes out. I'm going to put this up here with all the others. And now we work on these right here. Alright, so I removed the 2 bolts. This one's the longer one on top, and then there's a shorter one on the bottom. With those removed, I'm able to remove this. And I'll put it up here. Alright, so now, all we have to do in order to get this belt off and out the way, we need to push the alternator upward, which I already did. I pushed it upward, so now there's looseness on the belt, which I can just slip on off. Phew, well then, that was a bit of a wiggle, but once you get all the bolts off, you have to literally wiggle it back and forth, because you have to get this part that's hanging on that groove right there. So yeah, it's going to be quite a wiggle to get off, but it'll come off eventually. Now to get the new one in, do a little comparison. Looking at them side by side, that's the old one, and that's the new one. You can see they have the same little components for hooking up and whatnot. Those came with brand new bolts. So it's up to me if I want to use them or not. So let's go ahead and get this one in. Alright, so this is how the new alternator looks when putting it back. It was a pain in the ass trying to get the alternator back into the grooves that I wiggled it out of, because it did not want to fit. So I had to do a little bit of loosening on the alternator, these bolts right here, just to pull this out a little bit further, but just barely. And you know, I fit it in there and tighten these back up, so we're good, we're in there. So now all I have to do is get all the pieces, these bolts up here, and put them right where they go. Alright, so now that I have this back on, this lever, you know, of course, put these 2 bolts back in to keep it in place. And then put this one on first, that goes through the alternator right here. So that goes in. And then this one, you start tightening last, because every time you tighten, the alternator is being pulled forward this way. And each time it's getting pulled forward, the belt is tightening. So I also wanted to say 13. Okay, this is a 13 mil. Going 1 under would be best, because there's a little bit of give as far as this size, but it's been working for me. So let's just give a little tight. See what I mean with the little give? I'm tightening. I'm probably gonna go ahead and switch to the 12. Okay, so it sounds like it's reacting to my key. Everything's working. Let's give it a few turns. So I'm looking for making sure that battery symbol disappears when I turn it on. Boom. Boom, okay. That's what I'm talking about. So let's go check her out in the hood real quick. Alright now, so you see it's running pretty good. Belt's nice and tight, everything's working properly. Well, that's all there is to it, folks. I mean, I know there is a lot, but once you get the pattern down, look at the video, just watch other people, like, you know, just YouTube, DIY, and you'll get it down. Once you get all the bolts out, you remove the part and put it back in. It's just wash, rinse, repeat, and engraved in your head. Other than that, I'm going to be returning this rental here pretty soon, and just keep at it with my day. Peace.